Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me, and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. Psalm 35, 19-21. David returns to his complaint. He asks God to stop his enemies from celebrating. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me. The word wrongfully matters. David's enemies had no just cause. They attacked without reason. The phrase, rejoice over me, shows what they wanted. They desired to celebrate David's downfall. They wanted to gloat about his suffering. Neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause, adds detail. The phrase wink with the eye describes a gesture of mockery. People wink to signal triumph or conspiracy. They communicate their pleasure at another's pain. The words without a cause emphasize the injustice. David did nothing to deserve their hatred. Jesus experienced this same treatment. They hated me without a cause. John 15:25. Christ quoted this very psalm. The religious leaders plotted against him. They fabricated charges, twisted his words, and celebrated his arrest. Their hatred had no legitimate foundation. Verse 20 describes their behavior. For they speak not peace. The word peace means wholeness or well-being. David's enemies didn't promote harmony. They didn't seek reconciliation, nor did they accept peaceful solutions. But they devised deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. The word devise shows planning. These enemies schemed, plotted, and invented lies. The phrase deceitful matters identifies their methods. They used deception and fabricated accusations and manufactured evidence. The phrase against them that are quiet in the land reveals their targets. The word quiet means peaceful or settled. These victims lived in peace. They caused no trouble, but minded their own business. Yet their enemies attacked them. Ahab and Jezebel did this to Naboth. The king wanted Naboth's vineyard. Naboth refused to sell his inheritance. Jezebel devised a plot, and she wrote in the letters saying, Proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him, to bear witness against him, saying, Thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may die. 1 Kings 21, 9-10. They fabricated charges, hired false witnesses, and murdered an innocent man. Naboth lived in peace, yet a wicked ruler destroyed him through deceit. Verse 21 describes their mockery. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me. The phrase opened their mouth wide showed their contempt. They mocked David. They didn't hide their scorn, and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. The expression aha, aha represents triumphant jeering. They celebrated what they believed was David's defeat. The words, our eye hath seen it, suggests they witnessed something they could use against him. They claimed to have evidence. They pretended to catch David in wrongdoing. The enemies of Christ mocked him at the cross. Likewise, also the chief priests, mocking him, with the scribes and elders, said, He saved others. Himself he cannot save. If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. Matthew 27, 41-42. They opened their mouths wide. They jeered and celebrated what they thought was his defeat. David's experience foreshadows Jesus' suffering. Both faced enemies without cause. Both endured false accusations. David and Jesus both suffered public mockery. The pattern repeats throughout Scripture. God's people often face unjust opposition.